So you're thinking about making a move to Winter Park, but you never lived there and you're wondering what the good and the bad is about living in Winter Park. Well, that's what I'm going to go over today. I'm going to talk to you all about the things that I love about Winter Park and some of the things that may make you consider living somewhere else. So if that's what you're interested in finding out, go ahead and keep on watching. If you want to know everything there is to living in Orlando in Central Florida, then you're going to want to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, tap that bell for notifications. I'm Alexis Nickley, owner of the Nickley Group, and we've been helping families like you make a move for over decades to the Central Florida area. So whether you are thinking about moving right now, in the future, or in years from now, we would love to just help you and be that resource for you along the way. So if you do have any questions, if you would like additional information, go ahead and contact at the information listed below. And like I said earlier today, I'm going over all things Winter Park, pros and cons. I've lived in Central Florida my entire life. I'm a native to the area. My family has actually grown up in Winter Park. My parents have attended elementary school to high school. So I know all the things about Winter Park, and I'm gonna get into the juice with you. So let's get into it. So let's talk about some of the things that I absolutely love about living in Winter Park. The first that I have to talk about is just the charm and the history that Winter Park has to offer. When I think of Winter Park, I think of mature oak trees. I think of mature magnolias. I think of brick roads. I think of Mediterranean and European style homes. I think of that charm of it's new, but it looks like it's been there forever. They also have some modern homes in the area, but just the feel that you have in the area, it's just that like traditional, prestigious area that if that's what you're looking for, if you're looking for the arts and the culture and you want to be immersed in that, you're gonna love living in Winter Park. The other thing that I love about living in Winter Park is there is so much to do. Living in Winter Park, there is a ton of shopping, which I love so much because many of the shopping over here in Winter Park is boutiques. The restaurants are white tablecloth, locally owned, high-level chefs with amazing food and wine pairings. The bars are really fun and vibrant. You also have Winter Park Village, which I know when people think about Winter Park, they think of Park Ave. Winter Park Village, they just recently revamped the entire thing, did a ton of new construction. You've got restaurants, you've got shopping, you've got the movie theater over there. They also, if you have a pet, Baldwin Dog Park is amazing. It's located on the water. It's actually on acreage, so if your dog loves to go in the water, they can go in the lake. They also have a wooded area if your dog likes to explore, and there's tons of other dogs there. But the awesome thing about it is it's so huge that all the dogs are spread out. So if you have a pup that you love, that you need to get that energy out, you're definitely gonna wanna check that out. One of the big things that people love about Winter Park is the Winter Park chain of lakes. If you love to be on the water, if you like boating, skiing, if you like wakeboarding, we have the Winter Park chain of lakes, which is so much fun to be on and to ski and to wakeboard on. But along with that, on the Winter Park chain of lakes, even if you don't live there, but you want to go explore and maybe get inspired, they have the historic boat tour, which takes you all through the chain of lakes. It talks about all of the amazing, gorgeous, luxury mansion estates on the property and the history of those. And that's a really fun thing to do on the weekend. We also have different types of gardens. So if you are a plant lover, you can explore craft azalea gardens, Mead botanical gardens. And if you're my active person and you like getting out and exploring, and maybe you like biking or you like taking your kid to a playground or playing on a baseball field, you've got the Katy Way Trail that goes all the way through Winter Park. The other thing that I love about Winter Park and just the living in Winter Park is the proximity to everything. So maybe you love downtown Orlando, but you necessarily don't want to live there, right? It could be really crowded. Well, you're just a few minutes away from downtown Orlando, probably about a 20-minute drive. If you have a family and you love Disney and you love going to Disney, but you don't want to live close by because that's where a lot of the short-term rentals are and a lot of where the tourists are. Well, living in Winter Park, you're only about 30 minutes to those theme parks. And what I will say, which is really great about that, is if you have kids and let's say they have a nap schedule and you're not coming in from out of town, when you live here and you have that season pass, you can go to Disney and the theme parks all day long for shorter periods of time because you live so close. So if you have a little one and maybe they need to nap between 12 and 1, whatever it is, well, you only live 30 minutes away, so right when they wake up from that nap, you can go to the theme park and enjoy the rest of the day there. So the proximity to the theme parks, to downtown, even I would say to the Altamont area, because if you're looking for that mall shopping or if you need a grocery store or something like that, it's only about a 10-minute drive. So just the proximity to everything makes it a really great place to live. The last thing that I want to mention as far as a positive, and I would say this is actually one of the most important pieces for many of you watching this video, is how amazing the schools are in Winter Park. They are top in the area. Many people move to Winter Park specifically for the schools. You have schools like Brookshire Elementary, it's an A school. It's almost always been an A school. You've got Winter Park High School, again, going back in time, have always been a top-notch school. You've got private Catholic schools like St. Margaret Mary. You've got amazing options in this area, and because of that, many people want to move here. So if education is super important to you, if you have a little one, if you're going to have a little one in the future, just know that moving here, your kid is going to be in a great school system. All right, so let's talk about some of the things that you may want to consider that might change your mind about making a move to Winter Park. I can't not do this as number one because everybody that knows Winter Park knows this, but living in Winter Park is expensive. So because you have these older estate homes, you have all of these mansions, and you have amazing schools, which I'll talk about here in a second, it's really expensive to live in the area. The houses are more expensive, but even that dining in the area, if you want to go to a restaurant on Park Ave, it is more expensive prices. So just living in Winter Park, the cost of buying a home in Winter Park, eating in Winter Park, it is definitely more expensive. So if that is not your vibe, then you're going to want to consider somewhere else. The other thing that you're going to want to consider living in Winter Park is just the traffic. You know, there is no easy way to get to Winter Park. If you're going in or out of Winter Park, you're going to be on a 2-lane road, whether it be Aloma, Orlando Ave, Fairbanks, and all of those during rush hour are bumper to bumper in traffic. There's no easy way, there's no way to get around it. So if you're the type of person who does not love sitting in traffic every single day, and let's say your office is in downtown, or let's say you work at the theme parks, you're gonna wanna consider somewhere else because you're gonna have to sit in traffic every single day. Now, if your office is in Winter Park, if you're close nearby, not a deal killer. But like I said, if you're living outside of that, just know that you're gonna need to add additional time to your commute every single day. Pack your car with some snacks because you're gonna be sitting for a little bit. So the next thing that I just wanna make you aware of if you are considering buying a house in this area is how highly competitive the real estate market is. I was talking about how expensive it was. Most of that is because everybody wants to live in Winter Park, right? So if a home comes on the market, no matter what market we're in, if a home comes on the market in Winter Park, chances are it's gonna have a couple offers on it. So if you're the type of person who is not okay with, being at asking price or even being over asking price to be competitive, Winter Park may not be your place because it is so competitive. The last thing that I want to mention to you about living in a Winter Park is just that it is so busy. If you're looking for a more quiet town, something that's a little bit more quaint and quiet, and you're looking for something where you can relax, Winter Park is really busy. It's up. You're going to restaurants, there's shopping. If you go to a restaurant, just be aware you're probably going to have to wait, or you need to make a reservation. Like I said, it's a highly sought after area. So going to the restaurants in that area, many people who don't live in Winter Park still go eat there every single weekend. I still go to Briar Patch on Park Ave like every single Saturday. So if you are thinking about going to a restaurant during the day, just make a reservation. All right, so I hope that you guys found this video helpful. I hope it made you think a little bit about making your move here. There is so much more that I could talk about Winter Park, and if you are wanting additional information, if you have any additional questions, please contact us at the information below. We are experts on this area. We sell homes in Winter Park every single day. So if you're considering this area, or even if you're comparing it to another, like I said, we are experts in the Central Florida area, and we would love to help walk you through that process and making that decision. So if you're thinking about making a move, if you have any additional questions, go ahead and reach out to us at the information below. And the last thing that I want to mention is, if you saw this video, but there are some other areas that you're thinking about considering, chances are we have a video on that area. So go ahead, go to our YouTube page, click on some videos, and get to know that Central Florida area. Thanks for watching.